Hey, welcome to Dicejunkies, and this is Perception Check. This is our new format. We're going to try to do this at least 3 times a week and sort of talk about some of the things that are happening. So, hope you enjoy the new format, and let's get to it. All right, so now, man, what's going on? What do we see? I think we were looking at Runaways has got renewed, right?
I gotta admit, man, with there not being anything big out on Netflix, we're in between Defenders and the next Iron Fist, and Punisher, of course, being pretty good. We decided we wanted some more Marvel. We stepped out of our comfort zone and went over to Hulu, I believe.
Yeah.
And Runaways, man. Now, I actually read the comic up to a certain point. I owned the first couple of trades, so the main arc I went through, all the way up to the resolution of Pride and where that ended at. And one of the first things that we noticed watching this is that I was sitting there talking with Zeno, and after a while I started going like, I don't think they're doing the same story. But to my shock, I'm loving what they're doing. Because I'll be honest, Alex Wilder was one of my favorite characters. I'm not going to spoil it, but I'll tell you the comic goes way different than where they're so far going with Alex. But I'm glad they're doing it because I felt like the character kind of got a raw deal. He had a lot of interest to him, and then he kind of went out in a way that I felt there was more to work with there. And even though they did resurrect him later, well, dang, there we go, spoilers.
Comics, in the comics.
Oh yeah, and it showed that nothing happened to him.
Yeah.
In the comics, he does return.
And they are obviously taking a different direction, as you said. They're taking a different direction. Now, me being somebody who hasn't read the comics, and only knew a little bit about Runaways to begin with, I'm still really enjoying it.
But I'm telling you though, even if you like the trade or the comics, the story's different, but it makes sense and I like it. One of the biggest changed characters other than Alex was Chase. Remember I showed you about Chase?
Yeah.
I like the new Chase. I prefer where they went with them versus the original. It's kind of cool that he's a little bit more of a daddy's boy, we'll say.
Yeah.
Takes after his father, well, in a good way. Thankfully not in a bad way. Takes a little more after his father. But not having access to certain licenses, I'll go ahead and give you that heads up. That's not a spoiler. Of course, they can't call somebody a mutant. If one of these people happen to be a mutant, they can't call them. They haven't been able to necessarily tag anybody yet as an alien. Nobody's been confirmed as a time traveler yet, though that's still possible. So at the moment, they're going with a little more grounded story, but it's better.
And you don't want to give too much away even from the comics, because, those elements...
That's why I didn't say who was what.
Those elements could be there, but we don't know. Like I said, I'm glad they're going with a different story from the comics, though. And Marvel's been doing this a lot with their stuff. They've been trying to give everything sort of a different twist, and that way, even if you do read the comics, you can still go in, be excited, see something new, have a new story, still be those characters that you love without being too, stale.
And what I'm loving is that, while I was confident in Netflix, barring, of course, that one show that we'll totally name, Iron Fist, every direction they've taken with a license, I've liked on Netflix for Marvel.
And I even think Runaways was originally supposed to be, I think, Freeform, and then they gave it up to Hulu's.
Well, I've got to give Hulu mad props on this one. This show, I'm loving the way they're going with it. They're heading in the right direction. We even like background characters. We like the parents. Just most of the characters are interesting, and we've liked a lot.
They've done a good job building up each of the characters. Even some of the somewhat background characters have even gotten some decent history on them. So with that, anyway, the news is obviously they have renewed it for a second season. So there'll be more, which we've seen 10 episodes as of last Tuesday, which was January, I think 2nd was the 10th episode aired. And like I said, I've really enjoyed it. I give it a thumbs up, and can't complain. I'm happy it's renewed. And there are some Marvel series that may or may not get the renewal green light. It seems like Inhumans, it looks like it may not be getting the green light.
Well, I don't know. I can't remember what we said on that when it came out, but I believe I actually stated that Inhumans has always been its own group of people that liked it. The only real breakout character to me was Black Bolt. Most of the other characters were always kind of side characters.
A lot of people didn't like the way, I think, the hair chick, what was it?
Medusa.
Didn't like the way she translated to the screen and stuff like that. And it did come off like what I've seen of it does look sort of cheesy. It doesn't look the best in the world.
And I mean, executing Black Bolt was going to be hard. Making it a main character, even harder. Black Bolt's always been best to me as if you're an anime fan, you remember Yu Hakusho as a Hiei. Like, he's not supposed to be the main character, but when he shows up, he's this overwhelming power and presence.
Yeah.
But you can't easily do something focused on a mute main character who's so powerful. It's not like he can do almost anything. Like, whenever he does something, it's going to be overwhelming. It's like Superman if Superman never talked. Imagine somebody that powerful and they don't talk, and somebody's always having to. You get it. So it was a tough challenge. I really think they should have picked someone else as their main focus. Maybe a new Inhuman. That'd have been an interesting start.
Yeah.
Introduce a new Inhuman, and then have them meet these legendary figures and deal with these events. Get sent to Earth, and they're not used to Earth, or come to the Inhumans' home, and they're from Earth, and they have to get used to that. It could have been a coming-of-age story and appeal to a younger crowd, but also fans would have got to see their favorite characters, but a little bit less of them. Yeah. Maybe Medusa wouldn't look so bad if she wasn't on screen so much.
Well, now we also all know about the issue with mutants because of the whole Fox and Disney thing. I mean,
for now,
one of the characters in the comic book for Runaways was actually a mutant, I think. So. We sort of knew that they were probably going to either have to change that character's backstory or either just sort of ignore it until...
They've done a good one because they've kind of hinted it was something else, but not sure enough to say that it wasn't.
Or anything.
So
maybe if that Fox Disney deal goes through quick enough, they may go...
unlike Fox, Disney knows how to make money. I know some people don't like Disney about anything, but one thing is Disney has no problem looking at him and going like, no, man, you get it, you cut us in. Sure, mutant. Fox was just like, we're not going to share. But Disney has no problem going like, put our little logo in the corner, and you can say you got a mutant.
But I mean, as of right now, I think from what we've heard, it's going to be up to 18 months, so it could be shorter. On that Disney Fox merger before you'll see anything with that. So we'll see.
Well, I think we wanted to talk a little bit about that, like what would happen. We saw that they talked with the main director behind the X-Men series, and a person definitely said they would be more than interested in making the X-Men an official MCU presence.
Yeah.
And I believe one of the little short discussions we had, since it's been a slow news week, we were talking about how would this be implemented. What would be the best way coming from us as big fans of the MCU and X-Men? I grew up with the X-Men.
Well, I mean, I don't want to really make too many predictions on how they should.
Oh, no, how would we want it to happen?
I mean, other than, I mean, I don't know. It's hard to just bring the mutants in, I think, right now, the way they've set up the world. But, I mean, you definitely wouldn't want it to be something that has been around and just ignored throughout the entire series. It would need to be something that happens to bring on the mutants to me. But
you want to know what I think they should go with?
What's that?
I like the series. Huh?
Something quick.
Okay. I like the series where they actually did all of the X-Men as teenagers. Remember that one?
Mm-hmm.
I think that was X-Men. I don't remember the exact name of that cartoon series, but our big fans out there will probably be popping it up. Mm-hmm. But like they were all teenagers at a roughly high school age. That would be a great place to start because you could make it as though the mutants are kind of a newer thing. Yeah, like there were very few mutants before that, and now they're becoming more prevalent. And what would cause it? Well, look at all the things going on. You've got all the power gems, Infinity Gems are going to be on Earth. What could jumpstart a genetic change than all the Infinity Gems being on one planet?
You want to use the Infinity Wars to
use the Infinity Wars to boot why humanity went through an evolution. They're being exposed. They're about to be exposed to several alien races. Remember, Guardians of the Galaxy. The freaking Asgardians are showing up.
Yeah.
They're about to have all these Infinity Gems in one place. Why would that not?
What do you guys think? Let us know in the comments. Let us know what you thought about the reboot, the Hulu Runaways, and do you want to see Inhumans get renewed? You know, is this something that anybody out there really watching? I'm not. So let us know in the comments below, and be sure to like and subscribe. Take care.